Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I am experimenting with my cabochons. Now many of you have watched me make these dipped cabochons in previous videos, and literally all you do is you put a piece of blue tack poster putty on some sort of holding device, stick, pen, whatever, on the rounded side, and then dip it in the paint and then leave it to dry. So these are dried, and now I want to make them into either fridge magnets or button covers, or brooches or something that requires a magnet. And to do that I need to cover the back with something a little bit more strong. The paint is just kind of sitting there going, hello glass, and it's quite happy to run away. So what I've got here is some, underneath this blue cap in this tray is a milk bottle cap with resin in it, with UV resin. It's a nice sunny day, middle of winter, but it's sunny. The birds are happy about it, as you can hear. And so all I'm going to do is just do the same process again as I did to paint them, and just dip into the UV resin and hold it in the sunshine long enough for it to set. So this is my first time doing this. I'm hoping it works. The reason I've got this cap over top is because UV resin goes off as soon as it's in the UV light. So I've got that over top, hoping that it will create enough of a UV barrier so that I can do several in the same amount. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to try the first one. If it works, I'll give you a close-up as to how it works. Alright, so let's give it a go. I need to stay in the shade until I get it to a smooth-ish, and then they reckon 3 minutes in the sun, but I've used this in the past and it's like almost instantly dried. So there's a few air bubbles in that, which is not really surprising. But it's the back of it, so oh, so pretty. Sometimes the back of these comes out almost as pretty as the front, and you're kind of like, oh, how can I use both sides? And this is one way you could do. I don't know what you'd do with it so you could see both sides, but alright, well that seems to have solidified enough for me to take it off the blue tack and do the next one. Pop that back down in there in the sun. It's exciting, it's working. Alright, let's put the next one on. What I like to do is just make sure that the paint is scraped back so that when you are dipping, and where I'm dipping to is, where is my camera? See how it's got kind of a little rounded lip there? I'm trying to dip to sort of the middle of that lip. So the idea is to have the paint pulled back so that the resin is covering all of the paint. And what that does is the resin will create a much better adherence to the glass than the paint does, because this is not glass paint, this is just normal acrylic pouring runoff. I'm not sure how to give you a better shot of this, so let's give it a go. So we've got our little, where am I? So my little UV cover seems to be working. I've been able to get a second one dipped out of that. Yay! That. You could also attach a brooch pin to the back of that, or as I say, I'm going to put magnets on. I've been making my own clothes, and what I'm looking to do is use metal buttons or metal press studs, you know what I mean, and then have a magnet on these and put them on top of the press stud or the metal button, and then they're interchangeable. I can zhuzh up my thing. Also with the magnet one, you could just have a metal plate that, you know, you put the metal plate in the back and clip and put your magnet cabochon on the front, and you've got a brooch. So it sort of becomes multifaceted, and if you're not wearing them, use them as fridge magnets. Easy place to store them, right? I also wondering whether, you know, there's some clip-on jewelry that have like press studs built into them, and you can interchange the decoration, and I reckon that the magnet might be able to magnetize to that and use that for those as well. So let's move on to number 3. Yay, these are working so well. I'm going to do these last 2 and then I will come back and show you the rest. Alright, so here they are. They are dry. They have been sitting in the sun for quite a while, so they've firmed up quite nicely. They've kind of got a bit of a roundedness about them, but that's okay. Oh, that's almost as pretty as the other side. I say almost because, you know, the other side's pretty, but I like that one. So as long as you get your resin to lap up over your paint, it should make an almost waterproof little creation. I say almost, I'm not going to promise anything. So I will link the UV resin that I use in my Amazon shop. You can go have a look, see whether you want to get that one or just see what I'm talking about. It's really great because it dries almost instantly as soon as it hits UV light. It's really handy for these. And that dipping it into a little shallow bath of it, super easy. Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do now is I have got some magnets. I'm going to put one on each of these 3 here, and then I can just attach them to metal buttons or use them as I say. I know I will include shots of that at the end here, so stay tuned. Dun, 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 okay, so I thought I would show you them finished. Basically, where's my camera? That way. So I've glued them on to the resin, and then just to give it extra strength, I've got another magnet, not as strong as this magnet, but another one. See how it just really so this is a polar fleece jacket, and it's double thickness at this point, and you can see they are hanging on with absolutely no problem there. With the extra magnet, I can actually go through 4 layers. It will hold through 4 layers of polar fleece. Look at that. So
They make really good buttons, just little brooches, something to make extra pop. I don't need that extra one there. I did try them as a magnetic button to actually hold the jacket together, and they hold until you put any pressure on them or brush against something, and then they just pop apart. So I would recommend only using them as brooches, and only where you're not going to catch it on your shoulder strap of your bag or something like that, because it will just pop off and you lose bits. So there you go. Another idea. Oh, crikey. Another idea I had with these was making sort of like a double-ended fastener, like a so that it's got this encased, so you don't lose the bits if they come apart. So they actually sort of what I'd seen on a sewing video was it's kind of like two strips of material sewn in the middle, and each end has got magnets on in either part, and so you just pop it in and magnet that bit and magnet that bit, and you kind of like those Asian swirly looking toggles, but that's what they were. But I thought that could be done quite nicely as well, and maybe even if you wanted to sort of pin one side of it to your clothing, and then at the back so it's not actually seen, and then if they do pull off, it doesn't fall, it's still attached and you can do it back up again. Obviously I wouldn't rely on it for decency. You can just imagine, you know, your shirt all done up with your pretty little cabochon buttons, and then you're walking along the street and you reach for something and it pulls apart. That would not be so cool. So anyway, there we go. It's so pretty. I like them. And obviously if you become bored of them as brooches, you can use them as fridge magnets. Super easy, really. Alright guys, I adore you. Have fun, and as always, be you. Have fun and stay safe. I adore you.